Hi everyone, today I am going to do a comparison, or rather tell you the differences between the Revlon Colorstay liquid foundations. There are two types, obviously. One is combination oily and one is normal and dry. So how do you know which one? They both have benefits to using them, but if you want to know which one you should lean towards before purchasing a product, I can give you an idea as to what benefits each individual product has. So right off the bat, I'm not sure if you can tell, this is I use natural tan in the Revlon Colorstay combination oily because I have pretty oily skin. So this is my natural tan. It's a little bit beat up looking, but that's okay. This is my natural tan, and this is also the natural tan in the dry skin formula. I'm not sure if you can tell, but the dry skin formula is actually maybe a shade darker than the natural tan. Even though they both carry the same name, the dry skin formula is actually a lot darker, not a lot, but like a shade darker than the actual oily skin formula. And the reason for that being is that the emollient ingredient that they apply to the dry skin formula makes the product actually one shade darker. So you definitely need to specify, if you've been tested by a rep or something, you need to specify whether your shade has been tested for the combination oily or for the normal to dry. Secondly, it's obvious, of course, if you have oily skin, you stick with the combination oily skin, and if you have dry skin, you stick with the normal to dry skin. But aside from that, I usually mix and match the both. Simply, that's why I have two bottles, because I love the formula. Now I have oily skin, but I absolutely love the formula that the normal and dry skin has. It's very emollient, and it almost gives you that sort of a dewy look without creating too much greasiness on the skin. So it's great if you want that sort of a look, that sort of a glowy, dewy look that they're sporting on the on the spring runways right now. So this would be more along in line of the makeup trends. And the combination oily skin tends to dry a little more matte than the normal to dry. The other difference between the two, actually another recommendation that I have between the two of them, is that people who have older skin, or if you're now getting up into your years where you start seeing some lines or you start seeing some wrinkles, and older skin tends to be a lot more dry, even though you think you may be oily, especially where you get to the point where the lines are quite pronounced on your face. I would definitely recommend the normal to dry skin formula, because of the fact that when lines are moisturized, they tend to be less visible. If you use a matte product on someone that has a lot of lines on their skin, chances are it's going to only emphasize the lines that you have. So if you're someone who's a little more mature and you want to maybe diminish, it's not an age treatment, but you want to sort of soften the look of your lines on your face without using a product that enhances them or emphasizes them, this is definitely your best bet. If you tend to be oily, what I usually recommend is that people maybe dust some powder. If it is your nose area is oily or your T-zone gets oily, definitely just do a very light dusting of powder along those spots only. And this is guaranteed to give you, it's guaranteed to not emphasize your lines that you may have. And for me, I find that the benefit with the normal and dry skin is that it tends to be easier to blend, whereas they both have the soft flex, which does make it very flexible. It moves with your face. The combination oily tends to dry a little faster than the normal to dry. So that's really the difference between the two products. Of course, you can tell them apart by the covers. This one has sort of a clear cover in which the normal black cover is encased, and this one is just a plain black cover. Another great tip with them is that let's say you're sort of in between. There are very few people who are actually in between the color ranges. If you are hell-bent on getting the Colorstay foundation, I would definitely recommend that you probably purchase, if you're in between like a natural tan and the rich ginger, then I would definitely think to purchase the natural tan in and the combination oily. And you can even purchase the natural tan, which is what I have done, because the natural tan tends to be a bit too white on me in certain times. Like if I go to the beach, obviously I'm going to come back dark, so I purchased the natural tan in the normal to dry skin, and I'm usually able to mix the two to create the perfect color combination for myself. So that's it. It's just a really short video giving you some info on the Colorstay and what's the difference between the two formulas and what they're good for.